everyone! Oh man, it's been so long since I have done live streams, and I'm excited to be on here again. Yay! On here again. If you are a fan or have seen my videos for so long, you know that I usually do these in a certain format. Either I watch I Love Lucy or we talk about a show and so forth. But this time, we're going to do something different. We're going to leave it kind of very broadly and open-ended. The video, this live stream, the main purpose is to focus on just the channel in itself. The fact that we did hit, thanks to all of you, 40,000 subscribers. 40,000 subscribers. That's insane. That's insane. When I found out, this was years ago when I started doing YouTube, that something like 90% of YouTube channels have below 150, not 150,000, literally 150 people as subscribers. Like, that's most. And then to go above that is like, to have 151 is rare in the YouTube sense. So the fact that we're at 40,000 is like amazing. So thanks to everyone. Hello to everyone. I'm looking at the chat, people from New Zealand, and wow, so many places. Very, very cool. Let me know in the chat where you're from. Say hello to each other, say hello to me, say hello to everyone else. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button so that more people can see these videos, learn about what we do here on Rick 9G, talking about these fun shows. And if you looked at the title screen, I think that's something we should start talking about, is why are these shows so popular? Why does someone want to watch a show that's like 70 years old? How does it relate to us? Why is it so much fun? I love to see your comments on it in the videos, in the chat, because I'm looking at the chat. But yeah, awesome. New Jersey, look at this. Elizabeth, New Jersey. Decatur, Illinois, is that correct? Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. Let's see, Des Moines, Iowa. Wow, awesome. New York City, woo! I was in New York City a couple months ago. Cassandra coming in with a $4.99 donation. Thank you so much to celebrate 40,000 subs. Woo! I wish I had like the little party favor things and just start like, I'll use the bright red pencil and start flipping it around. There we go. Thank you so much, Cassandra. You're awesome. Cassandra's been a supporter for a long time. Man, making comments in so many videos, a lot of my Lucy videos as well. And I believe she has sent me some things as well in the mail, memorabilia related. So that's really cool. And thank you so much. All right. Look, people checking in all over the U.S. from Florida. I saw someone from New Zealand, which is crazy because how far is New Zealand? I don't mean like distance wise. I mean in hour change. I know Australia is almost like what, 24 hours or something. So you're probably watching me like in the morning, like Monday morning. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Gilroy, California. Awesome. Wow, that is crazy. Look at the chat going insane and you guys supporting so awesomely. So Alice says, because these shows were funny and not vulgar. They're better than what has been on today. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's see. Ooh, from another country as well. Canada. I've actually been to Canada. I walked through the border from the US to Canada, going to, what do you call it? Niagara Falls. It's kind of like a Twin City thing, right? Niagara Falls, like US, Niagara Falls, like Canada, right? So yeah, it was nice to be in Canada like that, like not just to like fly over it or just land in an airport, like to actually hope. I didn't have enough time to go into the city itself, but it's kind of cool. Tyler's vids, it's midday on Monday here. Oh, midday Monday, so it's like almost noon there. Wow. Or noon. Wow. Oh, so Anna, yes, thank you for commenting on that. I do appreciate it. Memphis, Tennessee, I do want to give a big shout out to Charles, who's been watching me for who knows how long. One of the first subscribers. I remember you, Charles. Thank you so much. So yes, I'm in an area where we have felt the earthquakes, not to the degree that the people have who are in the immediate zone. I'm about 150 miles away, which again may seem like a lot, but it is enough where we definitely felt the quake for about 30 seconds nonstop. Kind of a low, I think there's different types. There's like earthquakes where the faults go like this, earthquakes where the faults go like this, and then like up and down type waves. So this one, I believe, I'm not an expert or anything. I'm just kind of giving a summary. I just know that for sure this went like this. It's a slide type earthquake. So we felt kind of a rolling back and forth. Almost everyone who I've asked who felt it said they were like dizzy, which is kind of, yeah, same thing with me. Like I was on my computer doing some work and all of a sudden like I feel like this constant dizziness, but it's like the whole building, the whole earth is moving. If I know some of you, I think a lot of people have not experienced earthquakes. Yeah, and it's just like any natural disaster, it's not a fun thing. And my heart goes out to everyone who's probably still in the immediate area of danger. But anyway, yes, no aftershocks here felt because they're too small for us to feel, but that could always trigger other stuff. So it's definitely a difficult thing. Well, thank you, Ronald. I have a good radio voice. I hear so many comments on my voice. Everything in the spectrum from really great, like your comment, I appreciate that, to really bad. And so I've heard it all. And it's just funny because like, it's like it's the same voice, but people see it differently, people's perspective. But I do appreciate that. It would be nice to be on the radio or any type of like voiceover work. I would love to do that. Some people are really good at that. Like they have training. I don't have any training. I just speak. And I'm sure with a little training, maybe it could help out, But no, thank you guys for coming to the live chat. Who doesn't love Lily and Herman Munster? Spinton says Rebrick. So thank you for commenting on that. Yeah, Lily Munster, Herman Munster, two lovable opposites, if I would say. Vampire and a put together, and a lady vampire, Vampira, I think they call her. Yeah, kind of cool matchup. But I mean, I love the Munsters. I have the whole series. Such a great show. Very, very, very cool to watch. I still watch it all the time. Billy Reed. So interesting note on the Munsters. Again, we can comment, ask me about my channel, things you guys want to know. This is a live stream for you. I just started it out with that question about sitcoms, but you guys can talk about any sitcom. I cover any show, anything pretty much, and hopefully we'll get to it. Yes, Butch Patrick owns Munsters vehicles. I don't believe they're the originals, but he does own like very, very close replicas, and that's really awesome. So Christopher Kraft in the Hesperia era in California is still feeling aftershocks. So you are obviously a lot closer than I am, and stay safe. Less and less is definitely good. Hopefully it just dies out and nothing continues anymore. Like hopefully that relieves all the pressure from these 20, 30 years we haven't had like a big one, right? I did feel the one in 94 when 6.6. That was bad. That was bad. Dwayne Oxford Baker, thank you for the $2 donation. Awesome. Big fan here. And welcome to the channel. Awesome. From Stockton, California. Wow, up there, right? Up there in Stockton. Well, I guess you'd be this way because for me, north is this way. Yes. It's kind of weird, right? North would be like that way, but it's actually that way. Thank you so much, Dwayne. What are some of your favorite shows that you like that I look over or that I, go through? That is really, really cool. Great question, Dixon. You have a great name, great first name, Dixon. Ivan Dixon from Hogan's Heroes. I don't know if you watch that. Pretty unique. Dixon isn't that common, right? At least from my experience. You look young. Thank you. When did you start enjoying the classic shows? Ooh, I would say till I was around 3, or when I was 3. I have footage of me still when I was about 4, probably almost 5. And I was watching an episode of Gilligan's Island, Lovey's Secret Admirer. I have my dad filming me as I'm watching the show. So in case people don't believe that I was that young, yep, I was watching Lucy and Gilligan's Island back then. I was a little addicted boy to these shows. Yes, addicted to this comedy. And I would stand right up to the TV, like super close, and like jump up and down, like watch it and laugh at what was going on. So, yes. Lance, you met Adam West in 81. Wow, so jealous, and it's a nice jealousy. But it's like I always think about people who tell me that, who are like they met all these people that I love and like I haven't been able to meet them. And it's sad because obviously that won't happen for a lot of them in the past. But it's pretty cool. It's definitely cool to know that some people have, met these incredible individuals. I was going to say individuals, incredible. Hogan's Heroes was your favorite show, Slap Happy. Munsters movie. Now, Tyler, are you talking about a new Munsters movie or just the originals? Because there's been a couple Munsters movies. I haven't seen them, believe it or not. I have them. I just haven't gotten to them yet. It's next on my list. I have seen. Oh, going back to the name. Wow, this is going fast. This chat. I don't know if you guys catch certain things. It's going by fast. So if I happen to pass you by, just understand. I'm trying to get to stuff, and then the more I talk, the more I miss stuff. But great way to avoid things being missed is hit that super chat. So I think the question was, it's literally gone now, is if I've seen Get Smart. I have seen Get Smart. I have the whole series right there. I can't say that I'm like a huge watcher. I've seen episodes just on like public television, and I've loved a lot of them. I've started to see the beginning of it. It's a little slow in season 1, so I don't know if maybe I should start out like right in the middle, like right when they got used to it, like I don't know, season 5 or something, because I think it's 6 seasons. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 seasons, right? So maybe start out in like season 3 or something, and just like start watching episodes, because I don't think there's a continuity. It's just like every episode stands for itself. And seeing that, I have seen Toy Story 4. John's. I won't spoil anything for you guys because I know some people don't like that. But yes, Katie, yes, I am here. So I did. You named your rabbits Desi and Lucy. Well, other than the cool part of having rabbits, the fact that you name them Desi and Lucy is pretty funny. That is awesome. Oh man, Robert, you were 3 years old when you were 43. So I'm guessing. Wait. When you were 3 years old. Oh, you were 43. Okay. See, I read that wrong. I don't know how to read, apparently. Whoa, you felt a 7.3. I do not envy you. I did not want to have experienced that. I don't like earthquakes. It's one of the things that I don't like. I don't like earthquakes, spiders. No. But I am slowly teaching myself to not be afraid of spiders. And I'm pretty good about it so far. Why are today's shows so awful? I don't know. You guys and gals, tell me. Why do you think these shows don't match previous shows? I mean, look what I was watching yesterday. Oh, I hear some little alarms going off, fire alarms, I think. I was watching this yesterday. Wait, I wasn't watching Go West. I was actually watching Big Store, but I love Go West. I have all the Marx Brothers movie. I just got Love Happy a couple days ago, and I watched it. Probably not their best movie, but it was still kind of entertaining. It had its parts, you know. I've never watched a full episode of MASH, Ahmad. Is that correct? So yeah. Yes. Dixon, I have a DVD collection of all the shows pretty much that you've seen on that I've featured at least, but I have more than that. So it's not like those are the only ones. You haven't seen anything of I Dream of Jeannie, which should be making an appearance in the near future. You haven't seen everything in That 70s Show. I like that show. You haven't seen anything. Well, you've seen a couple from Home Improvement, but not really like dedicated. So that probably will be coming. Seinfeld as well. Lots of shows. These are all to me like classic sitcoms, all grouped in one. I wouldn't even say, I could be wrong on this, but I could say the classic like sitcom. Of course, anything classic can't be right now, right? Because it's not classic. But I don't know. I don't see much sitcom anymore on TV. People say Big Bang Theory. I never got into it. Not saying it's not a great show or anything. I've seen a few episodes. It just wasn't my cup of tea. And not say that I don't like new shows. There are good new shows out there. But there's just nothing like before. Like even, I would say even older shows from the 80s, 90s that are still classics. They kind of follow this formula and this like no vulgarity, just like they make you laugh. I love physical comedy. So that's what I was figuring out. Why do I like some shows versus other shows? So if you want to find out if I'll like that show, ask yourself, is there physical comedy in it? All these shows that I love have physical comedy in them. I Dream of Jeannie, not so much, but you see how physical it is. Like she goes in the bottle, like stuff like that, versus like Abbott and Costello. Not saying I don't like them, but they weren't really physical. They were in some of their like, they had some Universal monster movie crossovers, and some of that they were physical, and I like those. But I don't really like their like back and forth things. Marx Brothers are very physical. Three Stooges very physical. Hogan's Heroes is fairly physical. There's a lot of like World War II talk, but they do a lot of things where they run and jump and things crash. And I like that stuff. And like Big Bang Theory doesn't really have that. So yeah, I don't know. Brian, I would think my favorite show is definitely I Love Lucy. That can change sometimes, but yeah, that's a pretty good summation right there. You've been watching a lot of Shemp solo shorts on YouTube. Well, awesome. You mean Shemp with the other two, right? Mo and Larry. Amazing stuff. I think Shemp is super underrated. And if you like Curly and you're not into Shemp, watch some of the Shemp stuff and appreciate him for who he is. He doesn't copy Curly. He's really good in himself. He plays like the older, wiser character that's not really wise, but is older. You expect him to do all the stuff. He's more subdued and subtle in his comedy, which I love. And he's still very physical, believe it or not. And he has that hair that comes down and his glasses. He plays more of the glasses guy. Can't see anything. And oh no, he's just a different kind of guy. And I appreciate him and I love him because sometimes Curly's too over the top for me. Kind of a little too much, you know? You have all the seasons of I Love Lucy, Angela. Awesome. Seeing a lot of new names, which I love. So if you haven't commented in the chat, go ahead and do so because it's great to see you guys and great to see you, especially in the 40,000 live stream celebration. So it's great to see people on here. Jeff, definitely working on it. So there'll be updates in the near future. I've never seen Bewitched, and I don't know. I've never gone to it. I just have Soulless and I Dream of Jeannie, but people say it's really good too, right? Is Shemp and Curly really related? Yes, they were brothers. They were real life brothers, as well as Mo. The three of them were brothers. Larry was not a brother. Tomorrow's your birthday, William. Happy birthday. 20 years old. You're a baby, William. Awesome. A lot younger than me. And yes, Kay, Shemp is underrated. Happy birthday to you, William. Awesome. Oh, I have to look at those. I'm on. Very, very cool. I've really not seen any of those, believe it or not. Oh, I love the Desi Comedy Hour, Dixon. Right here. Of course. Love the right here. Lucy Desi Comedy Hour. All of them, all 13. I think they're really good. I know some people don't like them, and I understand. I know some people that like them more. It's just different taste. I know Bob Crane played the drums, although the last part of your statement, I don't know if that's necessarily like confirmed, or at least I don't know that that has been confirmed, at least on my end. Maybe it has, but I don't want to assert that without me knowing 100%. But yes, he was a drummer and he did drum on the show. There's an episode I was watching where he does drum with the other heroes in the band. I think, let me see, what's his name? Richard Dawson kind of conducts, and then you have Hovis playing another instrument. I forgot the instruments now. But yeah, and he was doing like a drum solo. He was amazing. He's really good, really talented. Katie, I did used to watch Andy Griffith. Not so much now. I try to get into it, and honestly, I could not. Kind of slow-paced for me. Again, doesn't mean that's bad. It's just, again, not super physical. The only moments I liked was like when Barney Fife was truly physical. And when I mean physical comedy. That's what I really like. And it's like moods and flavors. I think you guys can understand me. Sometimes you watch a show and you're just not in the mood for it, or it's not the right flavor at the moment. Sometimes I want Marx Brothers dialogue mixed with zaniness, and sometimes I want more like Subdued Lucy. And then sometimes I want more, I Dream of Jeannie, like silliness, or Gilligan outrageousness. It just depends. I've never seen the Brady Bunch. I know what it is. I fairly know what the show's about. But yeah. Have you watched the Lucy show? I have watched the Lucy show. Absolutely. I really am tempted to watch Car 54. For those of you who have seen it, would you recommend it? Is it a good show? Should I watch it? All those questions. Lots of questions. But yeah, like Car 54 people out there. Hey, I'm shouting out to you. Let me know. because that is one I want to watch a few episodes just to get. I want to get some Al Lewis and Fred Gwynn in non-monster outfits and see them just like interacting. You are absolutely correct, Insomniac, and see that logic holds true. I love a Chapulín Colorado and everything that Chespirito had to offer. Yeah, very physical guy. I would say he's like the Lucy, and he just combines like all of the American things into this like variety show that's really good and very funny. Very funny in my opinion. I know that flew over some people's heads, and that's okay. It's a Spanish comedy show from the 70s. I don't think 60s, but like 70s going into 80s, some 90s, where it's like all these characters and this one actor who like basically wrote, produced, and starred in everything. His name was Robert Gomez Bolaños. He passed away, but yeah. Very fast-paced and good. Interesting, Michael. I like that. That's what I like to hear. Now, doesn't mean that I don't appreciate slow stuff or things that slow down a bit, because sometimes Lucy can slow down. I was seeing some of the European episodes, like the one with the grape vat that you guys are talking about. It takes a while before they get to that grape scene. It's mostly the last like. It's only about 5 minutes long, and then there's 5 minutes after that, and then it's a 5, 10, and then there's another 10 minutes of like intro where we don't even get to that, where they're just talking in the hotel room. So I can even get how that can be slow to people. So yeah, it's interesting to think about all these things. Ooh, 66E Doug, you're awesome. Thank you for that. You're right. Now I remember. So Carter played the trumpet, and he was horrible. He was horrible playing, right? That was the whole joke about it. That he was like out of tune, right? If I remember correctly. Oh yeah, Cheryl. Everyone, I recommend look at Desi Arnaz's reactions to Lucy. That causes me more laughs than Lucy, because, and that doesn't mean Lucy isn't funny. Again, it's a team. It's like Laurel and Hardy, right? And then you have Stan Laurel's craziness, and then Hardy's reactions and frustrations. Gilligan's Island, you have Gilligan's zaniness, but without the skipper being like upset and angry and just like not having it. His anger makes it more funny to me. So, they play off of each other. Same as Mo, Larry, and Curly, same thing. We have Larry kind of being like, what is going on? Kind of rounding out the group. And then we have Mo leading everything. But then craziness usually is coming from Shemp or Curly. So it's kind of fun to note that. Tyler, will I ever come? Tyler's videos. Will I ever come to New Zealand? I would love to come to New Zealand. I definitely want to go to Australia, New Zealand. Quick pit stop, right? Oh man, I got a feather or something that flew in my nose. So make sure, guys and gals, if you haven't said something in the chat, go ahead and say something. A lot of great things here, a lot of great comments, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you haven't. It does help out the video, the channel, and everything. That's how we grew, because of you guys liking and thumbs upping. And thumbs upping, is that a thing? I'm gonna make it a phrase for you guys and gals. Thumbs upping. Nope, never seen Hee Haw. Hey, Leo. I was gonna have Lucy in the background, just like playing while I'm just like chilling with you guys, but I haven't even played it, and I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna fast forward through the beginning credits, which are kind of nice, but I just want to get into the episode. There we go, and that's just for like my entertainment, like because I'm a multitasker and so forth. So. All right, let me see here. Laurel and Hardy were friends in true life. Very, very true. Thank you, Morfan. I appreciate that. I thank you for your support. And I always say that a channel's only as good as the supporters. You may think, how does that make sense? That's just something you're saying. Well, no, because a channel could have great content, but if there's no group rallying behind the content and supporting it, then the channel won't go anywhere. And believe me, I know channels out there right now that I can name you that don't have a big like following or a big like engagement from an audience. And that's what's holding it back. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a great video. And how many subscribers does it have? Just like a few thousand. And I was like, this person should have like a couple million, they're so great. But there's just no engagement. There's no, and sometimes people don't like the personality or the content, or they don't like certain things, or they're not encouraged by the creator to subscribe and so forth. And so they maybe watch it, like it, and they just leave. But YouTube is engagement. And so you guys being such an engaging audience really helps the channel. So thank you. And thank you, Ryan. Thank you, all of you. I enjoy your support of my channel, Ryan. Thank you. You're true. You're true. You are correct, trained supporter. I am very blessed to have a very supportive group of people, because I can tell you, I had another channel, a card channel, which is visible. You can go and see it, but I've stopped posting, and that's very purposeful. I'm going to be 100% honest. That channel did not have 1/10 of the support of this channel. And it's not, believe me, it's not the amount of people. Okay. I'm the same person, different information, but that community was a lot more, there just wasn't the friendliness and love that this community has. Like, I'm not even joking, like, or else I would have continued that. And it's almost like I just took a break from it, and I'm still on a break from it, and I don't know if I'll return to it. But the fact that this is so nice and engaging, and people are so like, mostly like positive is great. And even constructive criticism is awesome. You know, I do see you, Super Gregory Galaxy. I see you. Is this like a feather in here, or is it a shadow? I think it's a shadow. It's like a reflect. No, it's a reflection. Look at that. Something. Twilight Zone and Outer Limits was ahead of its time. Why? Why do you say that? I've done a few videos on that as well. Doomsday. Ooh, scary name. Doomsday Kingdom Fan Community. Thank you for the $1 donation. Thank you so much. Awesome support coming from you. I do appreciate you so much. Awesome. How are you doing today? Let's see. I have never honestly heard of the Wild Wild West. Like, I've heard of the term, but I never knew it was a show until a lot of you supporters started like saying it to me, and I was like, wait, isn't it a movie with Will Smith? I'm sorry, I've just never seen it in syndication or anything. So yeah, it's something that I've never looked at myself. Spindleton, Pat Priest, and Butch Patrick are the only ones left in the Munsters. Yes, Beverly Owens passed away recently. Yes, I know, Ryan, the fly that you're talking about. There's also a fly that went in the apartment scene or the hotel scene in Hollywood when Lucy is cleaning off the whole the chunk of concrete, the wet concrete from what's his name, John Wayne. Yeah, there's a fly that was kind of just messing around. Well, yes, Backstager. Now I'm going to read this out because this is a very interesting comment. Many bloopers were on Lucy, but since it was in front of a live audience, it was left in. Not necessarily, because Munsters was not in front of a live studio audience. That was canned laughter. That was pre-recorded laughter put in there, stock laughter, whatever you want to call it. And basically, what you call it? There's a lot of bloopers. I have more Munsters bloopers that are going to be coming out that I want to highlight to you guys and gals. And it's just because they miss editing, and a lot of it people have said are due to like the inferiority of older TVs and stuff like that. And I would agree mostly, but the fact that we can see them now, why not point them out, right? I've never watched. Is it Dobie Gillis? I know that's what Bob Denver starred in before, or he was a supporting actor in that show. Yes, the real RNO, Lisa Loring, is alive. Someone said she passed away. No, not yet. I mean, like, not in a bad way, but no, she hasn't passed away. She's currently alive. And John Astin's alive. But don't forget Felix Silla, who played Cousin It. He's he doesn't appear all the time, but people always forget Felix Silla, and he was great as Cousin It, playing the man under the hair, right? Joe Besser, I have to tell you that I struggled to watch his shorts, and I've seen one of them, and it was a remake. A lot of Shem shorts are remade as well from Curly's time. I still enjoy them. Joe Besser, not so much, and I know there's huge Joe Besser fans out there. It's just harder for me to watch because I'm used to them being hit, them being, it was just a harder dynamic seeing Larry get hit more because it didn't seem to fit as well. So I don't know. It's just for me there the tone change. But I do have all their shorts right there. So yeah. Miss Backstager, another blooper in Hollywood when Lucy's putty nose was lit on fire when she... No, that was on purpose. That was purposefully done. It was part of the script. Joe Besser was too wimpy. Well, I'm assuming you're alluding to the fact that he didn't want to get hit. He did not want to get hit. It was part of his contract, and so they had to do that. And to be 100% frank, I'm not gonna like be untruthful to you guys. The Stooges to me is them being hit, them falling, them being physical. And later on in the years, they were less physical, they were falling less, and there were a lot more dialogue. And to me, that just wasn't what the Stooges was. It was part of it. It was dialogue and physical, dialogue and physical. It was just go back and forth between these two. And then when it was just mostly dialogue and less physical, it just lost like half of its flavor for me. Any series, not a comedy, that you would be presenting on your channel? Yes, I have some in mind. They're in DVD over there. Probably down the line. I've mentioned Star Trek. I mentioned shows like Fringe. I don't know if you guys have heard of that show before. It's a fairly new show. There's also Lost, which I'm contemplating. I don't know. I'm a fan of part of Lost, but then like the end lost me. Wow, that came out kind of funny, but no. Okay. Oh, Jared, you hit a bad spot here. No, thank you. No, it's a good question. It's just I have a lot to say, and this is not technically a Batman channel, but I will answer your response because I think it's a good one. And thank you for the $1.99 donation. Robert Pattinson in the new Batman. Well, if you guys and gals know, I'm a huge Batman fan. I've had the costumes as a little boy. My great grandma made me a costume when I was like 3 or 4. I had posters, I have trading cards, I watched all the movies. To me, the best iteration on film has been the Dark Knight saga, bar none. Nothing compares to that. Even the Tim Burton stuff is subpar to that. I have my own ranking of Batman that I think is particular to me. Some people may not agree, but I'm a huge fan of the animated series and Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. And I see Pattinson and I'm just like, ugh. And not just because he was in Twilight. I don't think he embodies what the character is, in my opinion. I don't really matter if he bulks up. Not saying he's a great actor. Not saying he deserves an Oscar, because maybe he does. I have seen the Twilight series and I didn't enjoy it. And what else? Yeah, I don't think he will be a great Batman. That's my take. Not everyone has to agree with me. No hate against him. It's just I think there are better actors out there that could play the part. Yeah, that's all I have to say. But I see the day when maybe we get another more, what I would say, more faithful rendition to what the comics book said. I wasn't an Affleck fan. Affleck fan as well. You don't like colorization of anything. I got you. Correct, Ryan. Yes, Sandra. Agree. And we can disagree, people. There's nothing wrong, and most of you guys and gals understand that, which is why you're great. But that's my take on it, and I can elaborate more if you guys want. Adam West was amazing, in particular in his own respect, and yes, that's not really what he was in comics and so forth. And he went to a more serious, darker tone, and I do appreciate that. But Adam West, for what it was, I think was amazing. A bit hokey, a bit Gilligan's Islandy. But it's funny, a lot of people love Addams West Batman, don't really like Gilligan's Island. And I'm like, hey, if you watch Adam West and you can believe that type of Batman, you have to believe Gilligan's Island. Come on. The Adam West with the shark repellent and the shark biting his leg and him like fending him off. That is less than Gilligan trying to fly with wings. I'm just saying. Lucille Ball's birthday's coming. Lucille Ball's birthday's coming up. Wow, that's hard to say. Yes, August 6th, right? Let me see. Three Stooges merchandise. I don't, other than some shirts, which I guess they count, like shirts that people have sent me on the Stooges. I have some pretty good ones. I think I only have one Stooge shirt though. I feel like I have two. I want two of one. Two of one. That looked funny on camera. Oh, Alec, I'm glad that you liked the Louis Nicoletti video. I kind of enjoyed it too. I think that like those videos, certain people enjoy them versus others. Like I think more casual Lucy fans or more casual Lucy watchers won't really know what that's about. But I think a lot of you who are very big fans of the show like that kind of stuff. So that's why it's hard sometimes to balance like casual fan Lucy videos to just like really like every little detail casual fan, just kind of like me. Yep, Christopher Reeve all the way. To me, no one will ever beat his chops. He was Superman, for sure. Real life, too. George Reeves was fairly good as well. And all I know about him was him on Lucy in terms of his... I approve. I approve of what I saw on the show. I know it's so little. But yeah. Jared, what's your take? So Christian Bale is your favorite Batman. Agree with you. Adam West is your second favorite. I would agree with you as well. Nothing against Keaton, but I'm with you as well. I don't think he did a bad Batman. I disliked his Bruce Wayne a lot. And I just didn't think that's not Bruce Wayne to me. That's a little skinny guy with curly hair that was too short. But when it came to Batman, like his seriousness and his demeanor, his lack of speaking while he was Batman, I mean, he didn't really have a choice in that. He was just acting, right? But I think it worked fairly well. I just wasn't too hot with the Batman like 89 like original story. Like as a kid I liked it, but then later I'm like, ugh, the story was kind of long and dragged out, and they could have condensed it, made it a little bit more like exciting and fun. Same thing with the Penguin one. That's why to me it's like they were close to the target, but they were never on par with the target, which was like the Dark Knight series. So yes. Bit of trivia for you. Who said, help your heart, help the heart fund? Ooh, that sounds so familiar. That sounds so familiar. I've never watched the series Gotham, Cheryl. What do you think? Some people who like Batman, like some people swear by it, that it's really good, and some people don't. And that's kind of what's turned me off. And honestly, I watch everything for Batman, and I like the villains as like, they're kind of icing on the cake for me. Batman's the cake, and if you just have icing, there's no substance to it. For me, it's kind of cool to see how the villains come up, but a lot of that veered very far from like the original storylines, and so I don't know. That's why I never got into it myself. Oh, a lot of you seem to be Adam West fans. I do have some of the I was gonna say shorts episodes on DVD, and they were fairly funny, very very funny. Untouchables. Now, you know, I'm sure you're talking about the original Untouchables, right? The show that was okayed and a Desilu production. Actually, in fact, I believe Lucy was the one who okayed that show. So without Lucy, there would be no Untouchable show. And Star Wars and not Batman, and Star Wars and Star Trek, all due to Lucille Ball herself. Not like attributed to her and other people. That was her decision. Yes, campy and fun, and there's room for that, right? Backstage, there's definitely room for fun and campy, which is Gilligan's Island to me. Fun and campy. A live-action cartoon. Marx Brothers, live-action cartoon. Lucy was not a live-action cartoon. Lucy was, I mean, there were cartoony moments, like when she was all stiff, her dress and her clothing and her hair and stuff from that episode Bonus Bucks, right? When she was starched. I think that was cartoony, but most of the show isn't cartoony in itself. Yeah, well, Joseph, they use all the color in Batman on purpose because of just the fact that color was a thing, and it was like amazing. I don't know why, but I'm gonna get a mint right now. It's not that my breath stinks. It's just that I don't know. I want to taste a mint. I want mint flavor in my mouth. See? My pencil fell. My bright pencil. I always fidget with stuff. So yes, and Mission Impossible. You are right. Now, Perry Mason, Dave, is a show that I used to see come on, and I would always change it. I think I was too young at the time to understand it because it's more, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, it's a court show, right? I'm sorry, I don't know much about it. I could be confusing it with another one, because then I've also been suggested Matlock, and then the James Garner show. What's the James Garner show that was like falls in the same vein of that? I learn from you guys and gals too. You guys teach me all the time, so I appreciate this back and forth where I can teach you stuff about the shows that I know a lot about, but then you guys and gals can teach me more about other stuff. I can tell you that I started watching some shows because of you guys. Which are the ones? Oh, like Taxi. I would suggest Taxi by someone, and Taxi's pretty good. I enjoy that. And Get Smart. I used to watch it before, but I kind of forgot about it, and you guys and gals told me about it, and I started watching it again. So yeah, there are a few shows like that. Arthur, you're 42 and you don't get Perry Mason. Because I said because I was too young at the time. That's kind of funny. Oh, Rockford Files. Thank you, Sandra and Dave. I appreciate that. And all of you who are saying Rockford Files, slap happy. Yep, that's what I mean. And I've been suggested Rockford Files. And I love James Garner, but I loved him in The Great Escape. I think he was amazing. I also saw him in, what's that show? How to Date My Teenage Daughter with the late John Ritter. And he kind of replaced John Ritter, not his character, but like sitting in his grandpa and like another character. And I liked him in that too. He was very versatile. Mannix is a show I've been recommended as well. Hogan's Heroes, I was hesitant, and then I got more into it, and I was like, whoa, this show's great. I love it a lot. Oh, yeah. Christopher Lloyd and Danny DeVito, the fact that they were together in that, they were amazing. Both of them is great. Who's my favorite Hogan's Heroes character? Ooh. That was a hard one because I like what Hogan does. I just don't think he's that great of an actor, to be completely honest. Bob Crane. Werner Klemperer, I think, is amazing in Hogan's Heroes. John Banner is amazing in Hogan's Heroes. I like the silliness of Larry Hovis. That is Carter. I like Dawson's portrayal of Newkirk. LeBeau, I'm honestly not the biggest fan of in terms of just like if I would rank everyone. Dixon, I like. He's kind of a straightforward, just like boom, boom, boom. I like him a lot more than LeBeau, honestly. And then what else? Because LeBeau, I think he's kind of like silly, and he's a lot of the Cook style, and like he had his own uniqueness to the character that he brought in through the cooking aspect of the show to kind of seduce the German soldiers into doing what they wanted to do. So I do get that. But yeah, I think Banner and Klemperer and Dawson, I really like his snobbiness on the show. Just like his, like, I'm a pickpocket, I'm a magician, all that stuff. Yeah, I would say that backstager. Bob Crane acted like himself. Absolutely. He never even did a German accent when he played a German. He did like a weird accent that was not German at all, and they all kind of believed him. And that kind of took it's almost like he's overpowered. That phrase, like he's just like he can do whatever he wants and he's believable. Whereas the others did really good accents and really good acting jobs. And it's just like, but I liked Crane's persona. I'm not dogging him as well. Like I like him because there was a smartness to his character, like a smug smartness when he was with Clink and outsmarting him that was believable. But when he was with the hero sometimes, and when he just like did certain things, it would just be like, oh, he fell a little short, in my opinion. No, I want to make a big distinction, backstager, about Hogan's Heroes, not concentration camp. As you're saying, they were concentration camp survivors, some of the actors, correct. But the show was a prison camp, POW, prisoner of war camp. I have seen the Beverly Hillbillies. Not that much physical comedy in it, in my opinion. There is a silliness to it, right? These hillbillies going into Beverly Hills, into this really expensive house, and that was pretty funny. Three's Company, I have the whole series. I can show it to you, in fact. I didn't go anywhere. Yes, and I've been watching it, kind of studying it, to be honest with you, and getting into it because I am not, like, I used to watch it just in syndication. So I haven't seen every episode, and I'm kind of working on it. Like, believe me, a lot of my time is like watching these shows, watching them over, finding patterns, doing research. A lot of that goes into it. And the fact that like I'm watching, I say less than 10 shows, but I would say like 6 shows at a time. I'm conversely watching like this in conjunction with Get Smart. Started watching the Marx Brothers again, still watching Lucy. I watched the Munsters as well. Catching up on I Dream of Jeannie so that I can learn more and make these videos. So you see what I mean? There's a lot that goes into it. And I say that in videos, and sometimes I hope that comes across. But it's just telling you how much I love these shows and how much I enjoy doing them. Because believe me, if I didn't like doing this, this would be a drag. Like, it would be hard, but it's not, because it just takes time. It just takes time to come up with these things. That's why I don't just do like a video every day of different shows. That would be really tough. So I'm kind of focused on certain shows and slowly like expand my horizons. Awesome, guys and gals. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you haven't. We're at 61, which is awesome in correlation to how many people are on here right now. So thank you so much for supporting and for just being so great and asking all these wonderful questions. Like I said, questions, any comments that you have, put them in the chat down below. This is your time. We're celebrating 40,000 subscribers. Anything about the channel you'd like to know that I can maybe tell you about? Also have a Patreon page. You guys have been supporting me on Patreon. Patreon's a way where you have exclusive content, images, sometimes status updates, behind the scenes photos of stuff that I do that's only on Patreon. Only people who support on Patreon can see it. Also have a really small but humble merchandise store where I sell just odds and ends here, a couple signed images you can get. Just again, these are ways to support the channel and grow the community. And the more these things are supported, the more the channel can grow. And I appreciate all your support on that. And people who decide that they can support by watching, then that's very much appreciated, because that's how the channel grows. All right. I did see all the Avengers stuff. Yep, I just didn't see Captain Marvel. Let me see. Get Smart. My favorite that I've seen so far, Michael, of Get Smart, is when they were on a train and then Johnny Carson, I'm sure you know, right? If it's an all-time favorite, you'll know exactly what episode. You probably know about it more than me. Johnny Carson makes an appearance and they're going through like different countries. And then he's like, oh, we just went through, and then he names the country. I don't know what it is. And then so he has to stamp their passports. And then he stamps them again that they're out. And he's like, yeah, you go through the country in 23 seconds or something. And I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious. And he just like walks out. Like that, I think, was amazing. Get Smart. Like that type of silliness. And that's what I love about the show. So I got to start watching that more. Hey, Mr. Like Cats, I'm definitely okay. Look at me. Look at me. Do I look okay? I don't know. Maybe some better clothes here. I don't know. Oh, let me see. That episode ended. I'm just watching for my own entertainment. I've also honestly been studying behind the scenes about this with other stuff that I'm doing, like school studying, and I'm just like, ooh. I'm not in school, like flight school and stuff, and it's overwhelming, guys and gals. Let me tell you, for those of you who happen to be pilots and it came easy for you, I salute you, because this is not easy for me. My brain is not. My brain works differently. It's not a mechanical brain. It's more of an artistic, creative brain. And so going to this mechanical, logical, statistical stuff is very difficult and challenging. So I just leave that out there. So keep me in your thoughts, because it's definitely a challenge. I'll get there, but it's definitely a slow process. Well, Joseph, there's a lot of Batmobiles. If you're talking about the 89 Batman one, I know Jeff Dunham, the ventriloquist, has one, which is really cool. Dragnet. Ooh, I love Dragnet. I love Dragnet, Adam 12, and Emergency. I can't believe I haven't thought of those. Now I got to get the DVDs. Why did you tell me E. Doug? I have to watch those shows again. Those were amazing shows that I used to watch as a little kid, like, again, public TV. And they always came after one another. It was in that order, too. It was like Dragnet, then came Adam 12, then Emergency. Dragnet being like cop detective, right? Adam 12 being like patrol cops. And then Emergency being fire department. I just thought they were great. It was a little hokey even back then, to be honest, but it was very enjoyable. Yep. So, yeah, big fan of that. neck is like, ooh. I don't know if you guys heard that. Cone of silence, cone of shame. That's what the dogs wear. You're an A&P and you have a lot of respect for pilots. Oh man, it's just moving up. When I work general aviation. Good luck. Well, thank you, Dave. I appreciate that support because, like I said, I know some people who are like, boom, you know, it was so easy for me. I did it in this time. Again, my hat's off to you. That's not my situation at all. And honestly, that's one of the reasons, which I'm not afraid to say this, because, you know, we can all show perfection. Life is not perfection, right? And that's one of the reasons why I haven't showed many videos is because I had to take steps back. I took a few steps back and just like had to just go back in kind of fresh because it's been very challenging for me. And I've been going as often as I can, studying as much as I can. Today I've been studying for 4 hours straight and it's an uphill battle. It's been an uphill battle. But one where I know I will win is just frustrating at times. I get frustrated. I do. Yes. Chevy 09. I've heard tons of cameos on Batman by different people. I know Sammy Davis Jr. makes an appearance. Lurch makes an appearance from Addams Family. Very, very cool. Ooh, cartoons. Ooh, I love Animaniacs. I love Batman the Animated Series. I may blank on some. The Flintstones was pretty cool. And I do have, I think 1-2 seasons. Lots of other shows that I love. Cartoons. I may have to be reminded because I haven't watched cartoons in a while. I used to watch Looney Tunes. I used to watch Disney stuff. I used to watch like the old Mickey Mouse cartoons. Flintstones was inspired by the Honeymooners. You just taught me something. That's awesome. Thank you, Real. Is it Rhino or RNO? Cool. Yep, Lurch was on Batman. It was one of the, you know, when they open the windows, when they're climbing the building. And I don't remember exactly what he said, but I know he was one of them. There's a bunch of others. I think even could be, don't quote me on this, but I think Johnny Carson was one too. And I like Johnny Carson. He was a magician. I used to be a magician. So that's cool. Roadrunner. Beep, beep. Love the Roadrunner. Love the Roadrunner. Hey, Louis or Luis. Man, I always have trouble with like Luis, because it's like I never know how to say it. Pinky the Brain was great, and that was part of the Animaniacs cartoon series, which had we call them Animaniacs. It's a 90s show, but Pinky and the Brain was like a segment of the broader Animaniacs show, which was produced and created, I believe, by Steven Spielberg. So it's a good show. It's good content. Freakazoid. I watched Freakazoid here and there. You're not late, Louis. You're just on here later than everyone else. But no, we're just chilling here. I've heard that Animaniacs is getting a 2020 revival, which is Gazoo. Alf. I did watch Alf. Absolutely. Yes. You know, the one thing I did like about the Flintstones, now quote me if I'm wrong, Flintstones super fans out there, because I watched it casually, and that it like took place like caveman days, right? And I thought that was kind of amazing because there's really nothing out there like it, like in the past like that. Like if you really think, there aren't, like, how many caveman shows can you think about? Like it's such a common thing. Like you have shows about knights and queens and things like that, and you have shows about, I mean, I can go on and on, all these cliches, but like cavemen, quote, because it's like they're cavemen, right? If I'm not mistaken, like prehistory, before all this technology, and seeing their very primitive technology, I think is hilarious and awesome. Beanie and Cecil, I have not heard of that. Awesome. Whatever happened to Alf? Yeah, that was an interesting show. Kind of sad. I heard the last episode, like he was taken. You know, Dave, what are some of the shows that I won't cover? It's like, well, I don't know. Like, you mean that I refuse to cover? Can you elaborate on your question? Like, what are the shows I refuse or will never cover, or shows I don't like, or, you know. Married with Children. I did used to watch that show when I was younger. Yep. Now, hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Ele. What's my ethnic background? Ooh, I'm very mixed. So I have a little bit of everything. I am more mixed than most people out there, I would say. Like, most people think I am a certain thing, and then when I tell them, they're like, ooh. My mom was born in Mexico. My dad was born in Argentina. Okay. My mom is half Mexican, half German, and my dad is half Italian, half Syrian, born in Argentina. Go figure. So I am just all that. It's like chocolate milk mixed with chocolate sundae mixed with strawberry ice cream. It's like I'm like a what do you call it? Hot fudge sundae. It's just like all this stuff, like a banana fudge, like all this stuff in one. Eat the Cat. I did used to watch that. Yep. Now I don't even know if that stuff's on DVD or not. I really wanted, you know what show? Some people may not know, some people may know. Mighty Max. I was a big fan of the show. Didn't run for many episodes. I think like 45 to 90. I think like 45 episodes. And then it had really clever, like going back to the beginning. Really cool. I just can never find it. I don't think it's on DVD. Mighty Mouse. Well, Mighty Mouse just reminds me of what you call it, Andy Kaufman, which was amazing in my eyes. He was so great. Now, I'm a big fan of after watching Man on the Moon, because he was a force unto himself. He personifies like what is like, when do you turn off your character? When the cameras turn off, or do you embody it and become your character all the time? Like, that's insane to me. And that idea was started basically with him, with people who, just, it's like, when does this end? When's this an act? And when is this real? And that's why he was a genius. For people that don't understand Andy Kaufman, that's my understanding of him, that he blurred the lines between reality and non-reality, and he made non-reality reality. Like, it was almost like, was Andy Kaufman this man he was portraying like everyday life, or was his whole life like a persona? Like, was he kind of crazy, not in a weird way, but like, was he acting all the time, which is exhaustive? Never seen The Detectives. Pink Panther, I do love. I have it on my list of cartoons that I would definitely cover. But let me tell you, which it won't stop me, because I'm kind of an addict when it comes to like these shows, is like getting the whole Pink Panther like cartoon. We're talking about the cartoon. We're not talking about like Inspector Clouseau. We're talking about the Pink Panther in itself. Getting that, it's really expensive to get, like, I think even a couple seasons of the Pink Panther, and they're very short, right? Shorts. And it would be really cool because a lot of them have no dialogue, and anyone could watch that. And so that's what I really like. There's no language barrier there, and that would be a great show to look at. Brian Risotto, thank you for your $5 donation. You are the classic show master. Wow, classic show master. It's like my heart. It's like a lot of a great compliment. Thank you so much. Keep up the great work. I do appreciate that. 2 thumbs up to you, Brian. Thank you so much for the support. Not just in the super chat, but also in just my videos in general. So thank you so much. So anything else, guys and gals, that you would like to cover? We're coming upon an hour. If you have any more questions that you would like to ask me or discuss about my channel, about the content that I've posted, about past videos, about even if you want a little bit of advice on how to make a YouTube channel, even if you have a little advice on anything like that, I'd be happy to tell you what I can tell you, and like what I'm capable of telling you, and supporting you guys about that. Some people have even told me that they started a YouTube channel because of my work, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. And I'm all for that. I think everyone should be able to express themselves and talk about their passion. So it's definitely fun. Miss Backstager, you said, how come I can... You see that? It's like a feather. What is this? Okay, I don't know what that was. Let me see here. So let me see here. What makes a classic comedy as well is a theme song that everyone remembers. Now, a sung theme song is really important because when you actually have something that is really eye-catching, it'll stick in your mind, and then from there you'll want to actually watch the show. So I definitely agree that that is very important. I don't think so, Dave. And that's not like in a pompous way. Would you ever run out of content? I think as much as you can exercise your brain and watch these shows, it's like art, or it's like something that you would see and appreciate, that you can always write about. Like I feel like instead of writing about it, which I do love writing, I even love making videos about it more and discussing it with people. And so I notice little things. There's so much richness in these shows. Like Lucy has 179 episodes plus 13 for the comedy hour. And I keep watching, and in the middle of like, because I usually watch it before I go to bed, and I watch it and I'll be like, oh, that, and I write it down, and like that's an idea, and it just something I spot that I notice, a camera, just something. And so I haven't even really done that yet with Hogan's Heroes. Like I haven't even gone that deep into it yet, and already there's so much I can cover. So I appreciate that question. Hey Marianne, hi from Ireland. Ooh, look at that, so far away across the pond. Thank you for joining me. Very, very cool. Yep, same music track for Ireland. Awesome. Da-da-da. Family Ties was something that I used to watch as a kid, definitely. Because I love Michael J. Fox. He was the only reason why I watched it. I loved him in Back to the Future, and then I went on that. What is this thing? Oh yeah, Stephen Potts. Charles Lane is definitely someone who I am going to cover. I think he was a powerhouse, and I would even say he's a legend because he wasn't just in I Love Lucy so many times. He was in other shows as well. And why am I using a pencil to try to get my point across? I don't know. I'm just like, it's just, I'm very expressive with my hands. If you guys and gals would see me when I record a video, it's kind of funny because I'm very expressive with my hands. Look at any cartoon that you like newer cartoon because they have footage. Look at Mark Hamill, the guy who played Luke Skywalker. Believe it or not, he played a animated Joker, like his voice. And that's really weird. Like if you think about it, Luke Skywalker playing the crazy Joker, he's regarded as one of the best Jokers ever. Watch him play the character. He is transformed. Like it's almost scary. His face, he embodies he's like this, even though you can't see him because it's all drawn, right? But yeah, I do that not consciously when I make my videos. So it's just kind of cool. Henry the Horse, absolutely. I agree with you. I cannot speak and be like, yes, and that's how I did it. And just like stand there, like I use my hands. You would agree too, Jared? Yeah. Like even people who like Star Wars or like Luke or know who Luke Skywalker is, check out how mild mannered that character is. Like Luke, he's like this young innocent guy. And again, just type in Mark Hamill. You can Google it or YouTube it later, and then type in Joker, and then see like if there's footage of him playing the part, and then listen to the character. It's just like, oh my gosh, this guy is so talented. And to me, that is talent. That is what acting and this art that we know as cinema and movie making and television is what it should all be about. And I definitely respect those individuals like him. It would be an amazing one to me. Barney Miller, I have seen the show Titus, right? With Christopher Titus. Is that what you're talking about? I'm not wrong there. Ooh, I don't know, Henry the Horse. Joaquin Phoenix as Joker. What I have a problem with, and I'll be completely honest, is I know a lot of things deviate from the character, but it's almost like, can someone make a movie very faithful to like the comic character? Like everyone I feel has a normal idea of what the Joker is, like literally a clown guy, long chin, long nose, white. And I think Nicholson did that. But I still feel that there could be like a better rendition of it. And I've seen them in like fan films, like really great renditions where I'm like, why can't they just do that? And I think Joaquin Phoenix, I don't think he's a bad job. He's going to do a bad job. I think he's just going to be very different. And I think he's going to play a great character. But do I see that or compare it to what I believe the Joker is? Possibly not. I would have to see it. But yeah, something just keep in mind. Oh, look at that. I have not heard the show Amen. First time I've heard about it. Or Amen. Charles Lane was about 100 when he passed away. Yeah. You know, Dragnet, Adam 12, and Emergency are some that I consider. Although Dragnet is pretty serious show. Wow, I just saw a blooper right now on I Love Lucy. A big blooper. Wow, I wish I can show you guys. I would have to pause it. So let me tell you about it. Like, see, this is what I mean. I watch these shows and I just look at stuff. Now, this is the episode. I'll tell you about it, and I'll just mention it. I think I'll close with this to tell you, because some of you asked me, how do I find these bloopers out? I just watch the shows. And what is the episode? You guys can look out for it if you see the episode. So it's for Ricky asks for a raise. Lucy convinces Ricky to demand more pay. It's where Fred dresses like as a woman. They dress like different characters. They're out. So this part isn't in syndication, I think, this part, but where they actually go outside and you see them changing into a trunk. And you literally see like they're outside like in an alley, and you see in the corner of the screen like wires, just like wiring. And it's like there shouldn't be wiring outside. They look like what do you call it? Wiring for movie lights. That's what they look like. It's just like the snaking wire on the side. I can't really show you because it's on the other screen. But yeah, see, this is something that I gotta add for another blooper video. So it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Yeah, Charles Lane looked like he was 100 when he was like 30. So thank you so much, guys and gals. You are awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the love. On your way out, before we finish the video, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, it does help out. If you haven't subscribed, I would highly encourage you to. It lets you know when I upload videos. It does help out the channel. That is literally how I reach 40,000. It's literally 40,000 people trusting in me to make more content that they love, and they hit the thumbs up button. It takes a second. It's free. It's simple. And, you know, so many people just forget to do it. I give it to that people just forget to do it because they're busy or whatever, or they mean to do it and then they just forget, right? And it's really what makes a channel excel and make itself expose more, and that allows us to make more videos. It's like a constant motion. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the likes. Wow, almost at 100 likes, which is amazing. We're at 90. I think we can get this to 100 likes. We can do it. It's just 10 more. Wow. I do appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. You're amazing. You are so supportive. Be safe, all of you as well, no matter where you are. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best amigo as well, all of you guys and gals. Look at that, 95. Let's do it. We can get 5 more. Ooh, we can get 5 more. It should be so. Ooh, 97. 97. And it's fun sometimes because it's like people, you know, can be so supportive, and it's just fun to see how supportive people can be. Wow. Amazing. So thankful. There should be a plus like button. There you go. I agree with you so wholeheartedly. And it makes sense. Be hopeful. Something that helps me, maybe a lot more than helps you, because I tell myself, I see 99. I see 99. We're just one more. Do you guys see 100 yet? I don't know. I see 99. I see 68 people watching and 99, which is, I mean, awesome. Thank you so much, guys and gals. There we go. I see 100. Thank you so much, guys and gals. You are awesome. Thank you so much. As a thank you, I will do these hand movements that approximate my appreciation for all of you. They're like karate movements or silly movements. We'll see you next time. And don't forget to stay positive and be hopeful, right? Yes, be hopeful.